Hello, I'm Shayok Banerjee. I'm a performing artist and a IB music educator for the last 7 years. Uh, Today I'm going to speak about IB MYP3 unit plan, its pedagogy and assessment, based on the topic coming of age. Before I further talk about the unit plan, I want to give a small introduction about myself. So I have a master's in education in advanced teaching from the University of the People, bachelor's in commerce from St. Xavier's College, Calcutta, and my formal training has been in Indian classical music, vocal music, for 17 years, and along with that, I've been performing on stage with my bands, where I've experimented with different genres of music, along with Trinity Rock and Pop Vocals Grade 8, Guitar Grade 5, Music Theory Grade 2. I have co-founded a non-profit, an educational non-profit organization where I've worked for 5 years as a mentor, 17 years of professional music industry experience as a singer, composer and performer, and IB experience as well. That's my family. My wife Deepjani Mukherjee is also a visual arts teacher in an IB school. And that's my daughter Tisha, who again loves music and the arts as well. And today's topic is coming of age, which I perceive or interpret to be for the middle years program for MYP3, which is a time when the students start discovering themselves, their identity, their relationships. It's a period of growing adolescence, and therefore the topic of rhythm as a theme for discovering different genres of music from different parts of the world seem to be well connected. Rhythm, an essential part of our lives, be it our heartbeat, be it the drop of water, be it rain, be it patterns in whatever we see around us. That is rhythm. Rhythm is composed of patterns. And with that, students could discover rhythms from different regions of the world and how they are different and why they are different, along with cultural discoveries as well. So I'm going to discuss a bit about how I have planned the unit. So the topic, creating identity through world rhythms. There are links, resource links attached to these as well, which are clickable links, which will take you to the number of resources on the topic. So the context of study, rhythmic performances and role of percussions in different cultures. And I have kept 3 cultures as a study resource. So the key concept here is identity, related concept genre, and structure. So which brings us to the statement of inquiry, which is genres of expression can be identified by their structures. And the case study in this case is from 3 different regions, starting with Afro-Cuban Tresillo, which is such a identifiable rhythm nowadays in pop music as well. So I have kept references from traditional music as well as contemporary modern pop. The second resource is a traditional Indian konnakol, which is spoken rhythm. So rhythm is not only a sound but also means a language of communication to express your identity. So the third course of study is Latin American bossa nova or samba, and the links have been attached. So this is a 8-week long course, and it could also be translated or collaborated with other departments like history, studying the history of how these rhythms and cultures evolved, Along with instruments, also could be a part of English, visual arts, dance, and languages. Now, it brings us to the inquiry questions. The first factual ones are: what is an ostinato? What is a polyrhythm? What is hemiola? How do we combine simple rhythms to form polyrhythms? Which cultures have created their own structures for rhythm? How do you notate rhythm in different musical styles? Further conceptual questions: why do some cultures have different rhythms? How is rhythm communicated or notated? How can you compare and contrast different rhythms from different countries and apply it in your creating exercise? And there are debatable questions for the thoughtful ones. So does everyone have innate rhythm that they can develop? Is rhythm found only in music? Is rhythm necessary within certain cultures? Rhythm and dance are very closely associated, so there are immense possibilities for interdisciplinary units between the two. The music outcomes for this unit for the three aspects of music that are performing, composing, and listening. Starting with performing, a student performs music demonstrating solo or ensemble awareness. Student notates compositions using traditional notation with a focus on rhythm notation. And the listening skills, the development of listening skills is also a very important part. Next, we connect it with the MYP arts cycle and the assessment criteria on which all the formatives and summatives are based on. Starting with A, which is knowing and understanding, goes on to developing skills, thinking creatively and responding. These are the accessible tasks, which are, again, the evaluative ones will check the prior understanding and knowledge of the students, starting from, so this is grade 8, so they are expected to be able to read basic notation, staff notation, and basic skills on beatmaker, GarageBand, MuseScore. Maintaining a listening journal of diverse genres of music will help a lot. The formative is about three kinds of exercises, which are performing, creating, and analyzing. And again, these are divided into individual settings and group settings. As I said, Tricilo, starting with Tricilo, again, for a lot of students, we find actually playing the instruments hand-on helps a lot in understanding the rhythm, the patterns. So starting with simple patterns to more complex patterns, the classes could be differentiated in that way. And also the summative includes most of what is being done in the formative, plus a group and individual presentation of an original instrumental piece. And of course the basic music technology like MuseScore, GarageBand, beatmaker is something that students will learn, and how to translate them into performable music. These are some of the differentiation strategies, starting with basic clapping rhythms and reading rhythms, and moving on to exploring different types of rhythm notations that are available. Of course, depending on the time and duration and opportunities, number of classes, these can be flexible. Accommodations, modifications, and approaches to teaching have also been discussed. As I said, one of the very effective strategies, inclusive strategies, is to let students form a group and play the instruments and jam with each other, as that is a great way of including everyone in the process. Again, the documentation process involves using Google Classroom, the learning objectives, in a very simple format, where the resources would also be shared. A process journal, very important part of the student progress. Currently done through Wiseman in my school, but ManageBack being a more acceptable form could also be used. Exploring MIDI, virtual instruments, music production, using DAWs like Cubase, GarageBand, Logic Pro would also be explored. The learner profile and ATL skills. The learner profile, of course, students are going to be risk takers here. They will be encouraged to push the boundaries in terms of breaking down the rhythms they have learned. So there's a lot of scope for creativity and critical thinking. Although the focus would be on collaboration, forming a group, and how rhythm could actually be a great tool for community building and reflection. These are some of the snapshots for classroom settings, and of course, for more information on how I have reinterpreted the IB Music curriculum could be found here on music teachers in international schools. And reach out to me for any further queries on any clarifications at my email ID. Thank you so much. Have a great day.